Welcome everybody to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, Episode 17. My name is Sam Lander, I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
My name is Zuru, I'm playing Risha the Kleptomaniac Rogue Warlock. I'm
Suda, playing Zari, the psycho-barbarian who has a penchant for feeding people insects.
I am Sadie, playing Cryor, the monk who does things at his own pace.
I'm Inter. I'm playing Ibukit, the wizard.
I'm Ashes. I'm playing Lumi, the druid that wants to watch the world burn.
And for those of you who may not know, this game was recorded on April 1st. So last time, a bunch of stuff happened. We had some downtime, so the characters did some stuff around town. The biggest things that happened were the tracking down of some dragon shards, and then the selling off of some of said dragon shards to buy a cloak for Risha, who now has a cloak. And Cryor, what you have been spending the last several days, you have been given several, 3 or 4 of the translated journals that you guys found in the underground temple where you first met Rowan. What are you, so these are translated from, they told you that so they started from the very beginning because it's a very good place to start. The language they were translated from is Kartukian, which is same continent on the far west coast. And my brain is resetting. Yes, so there now are about 3 journals that have been translated into Fayan. And yes, you have access to them now. What have you been trying to find in the said journals? Give me some questions to answer.
Basically, any insight on what his next move might be? What is his not move and its goal / determination, I guess.
So these are the first ones. So stubbornly, they're translating them in chronological order, which can be discerned from basically the first page of the book gives a date of starting in said book. So they're translating them in chronological order, so you get early stuff. His thoughts are always to getting back to the Feywild. He is hyper focused on that task, and there is a obsession in his mind with the correctness of his. He never says what he did, but it is never a question in his mind, or at least he tells himself in these journals that it's never a question in his mind that what he did was the correct course of action.
So in his mind, he's kicked out
completely unfairly. And the end of the first journal you get by scanning ahead is him launching himself, basically ending himself in a fairly dramatic way, because of course he's dramatic. And the start of the second journal, so the start of the second journal is talking about how he has magically recovered his previous journal to regain access it, because it's been 10 years since he was on the prime material plane. So he has magically recreated his old journal and is starting this new journal to chronicle the next section or next time. And basically completely unfair that he was kicked out again. How dare she do it? He was there for mere moments before he was returned back here, and it's been 10 years and he's lost all of his contacts and all of his, that sort of thing. And if you skip ahead to the end of the second journal, he got somebody to cast banishment on him. And the third journal starts with him having again recreated the first two journals, and then continuing on with the next plot. You can see him occasionally referencing back. He's like, okay, so I don't remember exactly what, so let me look, and he looks back. So basically, he's using these as long-term memories as well.
Yeah, because we're not talking about a couple of years, we're talking about decennia, right?
So the longest that any one journal lasts is about a decade, maybe 15 years. And then there are time gaps between them, short as a week and as long as a decade.
Does the initial journey, the first entry, has a date?
Yes, it
or
does.
At least a year.
Yes, it does, but I don't remember what I had established for that, so get back to me on that one. It's
I think I have it in my notes somewhere.
Yeah. It does. So that's going to be several middle journals. So we haven't gotten to the middle journals yet. On here, page 1 of every journal. Nope, that's not it. There is edit in Cryor. And so I have just put something in your journal, Cryor. That poem. So that poem, both the untranslated and the translated version in the book that you have is given. Like the untranslated be on the left. Actually, probably the book you have is one of those. This is the untranslated text, and then there's in the left column and then the right column on a page is the translated text. And so that poem appears in each, in on the first page in each journal that you have access to.
Okay. Turns out that I can read it, even untranslated.
Neat. I thought that might be the case, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and I'm also looking with the monks for a way to see through its cover, like have a lens or something, or to if we maybe know, like, hey, he's maybe the changeling, that we can, detect that or something like that.
So there's a spell that'll do it. True Seeing, I think it's what it's called. True Sight. And there is a wondrous item. No, that's not the what I need. Spell. It is a 6th level. It's a fairly powerful spell. I'm pretty sure there are lenses or glasses of true seeing that people are familiar with how to make. They don't. The monks will have to look to see if there are any legends of them being anywhere. It wouldn't be something that would be super common.
Yeah.
Like
So basically, indeed, go into the lore of
Yes.
other adventurers and stuff like that to see if we can locate that object.
Yes. Something that the the guild might have records of, and there are adventurers guilds in other cities that may have records of, and almost assuredly someplace like Kirsch or Kartuk, there would definitely be records of that sort of item there. Because they're much more populous, that's definitely something that they don't have like oh yeah, that's just this, and we know where you can find one of those. But they will absolutely investigate that for you and start looking into it. And they'll even do it for free because they're your guild. So you have been spending days in this, and your head hurts a little bit, and you decide that you're gonna stop reading for now, and so you head off to MoMA's because it's afternoon, evening, I think, at this point.
Yep.
And you're carrying the third journal, which you haven't read all the way through yet. And you open up MoMA's front door, and everybody is sitting in her like front little, I guess you call it, living room. And just like, it looks like Zari was like standing up out of a chair to go get something. Lumi looks like he just sat down and has a half-chewed piece of bread in his mouth. And everybody is staring at Iberkeet. It's dead silent in here, with the exception of Momo working around in the kitchen.
Well, it's a pleasant surprise to see you all, but why the silence and strange looks?
What do
Oh.
you mean that's why we needed the dragon shards?
What? Screw what you need. That's what we screw. What do you mean? Oh, the dragon.
She's gonna casually mention a dragon? Just drop it on us like that? What? Huh?
Wait, dragons? Where?
In my dreams.
Sign of relief. Okay, that's not too bad then.
That's a given. Iberkeet's dreams can see into the future.
Oh, that might be bad then. Well, tell me what you saw.
It was a bronze dragon, right?
Yes, I believe so. Hold on, I gotta look up dragons. But yes, continue.
I think you said it was the same color as the coins in my pouch, specifically.
Yep.
Yeah, a bronze dragon has been contacting me in my dreams, and I finally figured out what it wants, and it wants the pieces of another specific dragon. And it showed me where they are in the dream, and I've been trying to collect all of those dragon shards.
I think brass, not bronze.
Oh.
Yes, brass.
Sorry, fire dragon that isn't gold or red.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, brass, because it's the same color as coinage.
Okay, well, I say the right color then.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes. Look, I get them sideways all the time, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I can't keep the metallic dragons. I can't tell the metallic dragons apart, except for gold and silver.
Is that what you guys were looking for when I came upon you in the square?
Apparently, Risha got
Some-
5 out of the 10 that Iberkeet was able to find,
Five.
and I just sold 4 of them to Vex.
You sold them?
That was before we knew there was a dragon.
Yeah, I think she's gonna try to burn down the city if we don't get those for her. That's a she.
Definitely
You don't-
feminine seeming.
Sell dragon shards.
Yes. Basically, the only thing that he sees as valuable is dragon shards right now. He did something weird when I handed him an Eberron Dragon Shard. It was like the glow from it shrank away, and he has a mark on his left kidney that was glowing while he was doing it, and I used my paladin senses to figure out what was going on, and I nearly threw up because that place reeks with the smell of undead, and so does his dragon mark. He himself isn't undead, but his dragon mark is giving off necrotic energy.
See, I told you I
Okay.
didn't like him.
Oh, and he had a giant one about the size of a small dog.
Okay. Well, we need to do something about that then.
And he was selling kyber shards to the cult.
So you sold him your shards that he's now selling to the cult.
No, I think I scared him. I scared him enough that he will not be selling things to the cult. I don't trust that he'll actually not do that, but he said he's going to have to find a market out of town for these things now.
Oh, good. He'll go out of town and sell them to the cult.
Yeah. When did you sold them?
Just a few hours ago.
We might need to get them back.
Yeah. The thing is, as Risha said, he's favored by the Thieves Guild, so we can't just waltz in there and rob his joint, otherwise we're going to have the entire Thieves Guild come down on us. And Risha may be used to having a knife at her back constantly, but I would rather not.
Same here. So
I mean,
How
that's
do we
only
s-
if they find out about it.
Risha, these are thieves and spies. They're going to find out about it.
Yeah, and so am I. That's
So
why
what-
he's in my employ anyway.
So what's the plan?
The only thing I can think of is we go to the Thieves Guild, tell them that he's doing bad business and is threatening the rest of their business by selling shit to the cult, and we get permission from them to rob his joint. And hopefully set him on the run, because I do not want to face that little cretin in that house.
Do we have a way into the Thieves Guild?
You guys have
I
contacts.
have a
Lumi
Thieves Guild
will
right here.
Lumi will shift his gaze from the conversation over to Risha and raise both eyebrows in in questioning.
I look
Like-
at Risha as well.
I mean, obviously, why do you think I have a fence to begin with?
Why not
Our
use
oth-
the guild's fence?
Because I'm not a high enough guild level. They don't want to give me one of their good fences who doesn't reek. And besides, most of them aren't in Haifa. Or at least that's what they keep telling.
The other option is we go to the guard and tell them that Vex is selling to the cult. We go in at night and steal the dragon shards, and then they time a raid in the morning. So it looks like that the guard did a raid and not us.
Well, turning him into the guards is always a good idea. We can do both plans.
Yeah, I agree. I think we may need to actually get some permission from the Thieves Guild to actually get him excommunicated and then just turn him into the guards as well, because hedge your bets.
I'm totally down because that means I get a new fence.
I think if we rob him, he's going to run. So I don't think we're going to be able to get him to the guards. I don't think we're going to be able to capture him. Is my point. And frankly, I don't want to with all the ooky feelings I was getting from that place.
Well, you could do the Thieves Guild plan and then just not fight him, but subdue him, capture him, and then bring him to the guards.
Like I said, I'd rather not fight him in the house. Like you guys weren't there. Like
I don't know even where he lives.
exactly.
Well,
That house was spooky.
my point is we go get permission, or at least are allowed to go raid him. But on the way to him, we just pop by the guards station and say, "Hey, yeah, there might be some action over here. You might be able to come afterwards and maybe deal with the fence."
Okay. So in the morning we have to go to the Thieves Guild to get permission from them to take out Vex, or at least rob his place. We have to convince them that he's bad for business because he's selling to the cult. I'm hoping that won't be too far of a stretch.
Is his house in Amarish district?
No, it is not. It is clear on the other side of town. And I do not know, and I do not know who the guard captain for that area is.
I think Vex's house is in Amari's district. It's number 10 on the map.
It is in Amari's district.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
That's good, because then, we have somebody who owes us a favor or two.
It's like 3 blocks away from the guardhouse.
I would say do it tonight. Don't wait. Contact Thieves Guild. If it is a yes or a no, we just go on.
I thought he was 2.
No, 2 is the actual like Thieves Guild house.
Okay.
That's the official. That's the bottled leeches.
Okay. Well, we still need to get their permission.
Yes. I would say rather do it sooner than later, because you never know what he's gonna do with those shots.
Oh yeah, and Lumi, how did the putting our name in the lot for the Miva escort mission go?
Well,
We have a mission?
Yeah, we're on the mission. We're on the roster.
So that puts us on a timetable that we have to do this by the time the caravan leaves.
Yes.
As I said again, rather do it sooner than later.
It's leaving in days. Less than a week.
Oh, by the way, I've translated some of the... Well, I'm not translated. My colleague monks have translated some of the journals from Rowan. So I'll just put them on the table for people if they wanted to read them, and I will go in the back to grab something to snack.
There's sweet rolls on the table.
Oh, then I pick some sweet rolls.
Dinner rolls in the kitchen.
Okay, so to the next morning, I guess.
Tonight or the next morning?
Risha's ready to go now.
Yeah, I want to go now as well.
Go get permission now.
Yeah.
The sooner the better.
All right.
And after we get the permission, we actually immediately have to jump the place, because otherwise he will get the information to him and leave.
I don't think I'm ready for this again.
Oh, yeah, your stomach is still green.
Yes,
If we're gonna jump into this, I should roll my
pull out
portent.
another root. I
Yes,
pull
you
out
should.
another root of ginger and start chewing.
Sorry, just do what I do and disassociate.
I push over another cup of tummy settling tea.
Suda, can I get you to get me an intelligence roll, please?
Yes, me, sir.
All right. So you guys, after attempting to settle Zari's, that's perfect, stomach. You guys are rolling great today. After attempting to settle Zari's stomach, you make your way across town to the bottled leeches apothecary, which Risha knows is. You guys have all been here before. You've probably gotten potions from here. Probably maybe some herbs or some various other things. Like, you've all been here before. Risha knows that Bruno runs this place as a front and access to the more seedy sections of, or more seedy aspects of the town politics, we'll call it. So you guys walk in, you know, the little metal bell jangles, it's just terrible. Like, it's bad as you walk through. Yeah. Walk in through the door, and Bruno is like, he got some like heavily like some heavy glass goggles over his eyes, and there is it's not foul smelling, but it doesn't smell right, jar over a flame with a condenser apparatus attached to it, and a bright yellow liquid is dripping out the other end of this condenser device. And he looks up at you as the bell goes off, and then turns back to his distillation.
Lumi will go browse the herbal selection and looks for something he can use to make sleep tea or something like that.
This place is as well stocked as the names
The Blades Awakening.
But it's half the size. So dried herbs hang from like there's dried herbs up probably 8 feet in the air, just completely covering the ceiling. There is a shelf that has like ground stuff up, and you recognize most but not all of the things. And yeah, you can find some, I don't know, chamomile type tea type herbs pretty easily. It's gonna take you a little bit of searching though.
That and some seed pods for the more questionable herbs.
Absolutely.
I'll probably drop like 20 brass on the selection of those.
You want 20 brass worth, or you're going to put 20 brass on the counter as you come up to the counter?
Lumi's shopping.
Okay, so actual yeah. So yeah, he looks up, looks over what you collected, kind of gives you a grunt, says, "Who's your friends?"
Oh, the Lights of Miva.
another kind of snort. Yeah, that's about right. Got some stronger stuff here if you want something to really put something to sleep.
How much?
He takes about half of what you gathered up and then puts two small he puts a little like crucible, but little crucible dishes that you can like fire and heat something, and he drops two small very shiny they're not pebbles, they're obviously concentrated from something into it, and says same price as that.
So still 20 for the lot.
He nods, and then you hear a sound from behind you, and he's looking at you, or behind him.
The sound from the apparatus he's no longer
paying attention to. Yes. So what was inside of the thing has, like, the inside of the container that he was boiling up has caught on fire, and the top of it has popped off a little bit, and it's now smoke is rolling up out of it.
I will drop the 20 brass on the counter in front of him, and with continuing the same movement, cast Druidcraft to put out the flame in the apparatus. Like in the thing, not the heat source, but in the thing.
Right. Could I have everybody give me an insight check, please? And I will roll for Zari. Insight. Oh, insight. So Zari, Cryor, Risha, you all see him as Lumi does cast a spell. You see him like make a motion like he's gonna stab Lumi about it. And then realizes what spell Lumi's casting, and then says, "Oh, yeah, sure, thanks." And he like shuts down the little flame that was boiling the container.
Zari leans down to Risha and goes, "So is there like a password or a secret knock or something?"
No, I just knew Lumi would get a kick out of this place. So, Brunswick, my dude!
Oh, hi, Risha.
I have a petition.
Well, I don't take those, you know.
I know, but you know who does.
Oh.
And I know I can't just waltz in there.
All right, well, are you gonna vouch for the rest of them?
Yes.
You know what that means, right?
I do.
Okay.
Do we know what that means?
No, you do not.
He like safes the burner and the pot, caps the vial as the last, like, he like lifts up the container that he was distilling something into. He kind of touches it so that the last little drop that was hanging on the edge of the condenser coil use capillary actions. It's into the thing. He puts a lid on that. He goes, "All right, well, you know what happened last time. You vouched for somebody and they screwed up, so, you know, just don't do it again." And he raps twice on the floor next to him, and you guys hear a grating sound as the, like, floors magically, the stones of the floors magically start lowering themselves down to make a stairway.
Brunswick, have you ever known me to make the same mistake twice?
Yes.
I am offended.
I don't care.
Lumi will just look over at Risha when she asks if she's known to do the same mistake twice.
I see how it is. I thought we were friends. As she gracefully and purposely strides down the stairs.
And Risha,
Yes.
it's Bruno, not Brunswick.
Oh, but I thought we were friends.
He taps he taps the floor again, and the floor starts closing up. You guys gonna have to move it if you're gonna get down the stairs in time.
No problem.
Well, I follow as soon as I can scoop my shopping into a small pouch.
Yep.
Oh, crabby old Brunswick.
Lumi, the 2 doses of it's basically sleep poison. It is not. It's not injury. It's consumption.
Concussive?
No.
Oh.
You have to drink it.
You have to drink it, or eat it.
Yeah.
But it is a DC 13 sleep as per the spell. Not magical effect, but
Can I also assume I get like 2 doses of like chamomile tea and a seed pod of something that can be grown into
yeah,
hurtful stuff?
yeah. You can make that assumption. Whatever seems reasonable.
Is there light downstairs?
No, it's pitch black. As soon as the stairway closes back up, you guys are in a hallway. That is just straight black. It goes back before the thing closed. It goes back 30 feet, and then there is a T junction.
Right this way, my fellow compatriots.
I'll get my lantern out and light it.
Oh yeah, you guys can't see down here. Oops.
Produce flame.
Oh, if you do that, then
Put the
I
lantern.
don't waste the oil.
So it's not a very far walk. This place is you head down in here, and the hallway is a T junction. To the left, Risha, is like storage for the bottled leeches. And to the right, boy, the smells coming out of there is like potpourri on steroids. To the right, in like 10 or 15 feet, there is a closed door with a small like, dais is the wrong term, podium, with a book on top of it.
Lectern.
Lectern. Thank you. That is the correct word. And the way this works is you write down how many people are here, who is here, and how many of them are you, and why you're here, and then you step through this doorway. And if Scanlan or Scallion, who is the guildmaster, wants to see you, when you step through the doorway, you are standing in her office. And if she doesn't want to see you, you don't.
All right, everybody, cross your fingers. And I will fill out the book. Follow me, and let's hope she's in a good mood.
Well, if she is, she won't be.
You close the book. There is you guys who are magical can feel the completion of a spell. And then the door opens in front of you, and inside of this room, the inside of this room ahead of you is a extremely well appointed study. The walls are covered in books, left and right, in front of the very large wooden desk. The wood does not look local. Like, it's not oak, or this is like teak and purple heart and like really foreign fancy woods. In front of the desk are 3 plush, like, high-backed chairs. There is a kind of off to the one side, there is a globe of the known world that is lit on half of it. And as you're looking at it, you can tell that ever so slowly it is rotating underneath the light. The light itself is sourceless. To the right, there is a low fire burning in a fireplace, and sitting behind this very large desk is a fairly short, fairly thin lady. She is wearing like deceptively nice clothing. So this is a person who's not wearing high fashion, but the pants are leather and you don't see a scuff on them, and they're very, like, the dye on them is incredibly evenly dyed. You can't see a variation in it. She's got a dark green shirt on that looks to have been tailor-made to fit her perfectly. It's got a set of brass buttons down the front of it that just scream that they have been enchanted. And on her left hand are 2 very subdued rings, and on her right hand, or in her right hand, is a dagger which she is casually picking the like dirt from underneath fingernails on her left hand. And she looks up and looks at you all and goes, "Ah, Risha, what do I owe the pleasure?"
Well, I don't know how much of a pleasure this is gonna be, but I've got a problem with Senor Vet,
Yeah,
and
you've had
not my usual one.
Okay, so not you just wanting to kill him for no particular reason other than he apparently smells bad?
It's a pervasive stink. If you ever go to his house, you would know.
I've been to his
That's
house.
beside the point. I'm sorry.
I've been to his house. He smells normal. He's creepy, but he smells normal.
He's beyond creepy.
You work with the ones you have to work with.
And I have done so with, in my humble opinion, a very respectful amount of complaining.
You came in here for like 3 weeks after he gave that letter to you to introduce you to us. Every week for weeks you came in and saying, "Can I murder him now? Can I murder him now?" No is the answer. You can't murder him now.
You never know if you don't ask, okay?
Well, you have asked several times. Although it has been a couple years, I will grant you that.
See? I can learn. I get better.
And she looks at the rest of you and says, "I take it I have the pleasure of the lights of Miva." She stands
I
up.
bow.
Oh, yes.
What?
Introductions are in order.
She points casually with her left hand. Cryor, Iberkeet, Zari, Lumi. You're missing one.
Yes, Loriandal is off on a mission and probably will not be rejoining the Lights of Miva for quite some time. However, I was going to introduce you. Everybody, family, Galleon, the Guildmaster.
She smiles and she makes Arcana for those of you who are trained in Arcana. Yep. Nope. You're not trained if you're at a +0, Risha.
Oh, I assumed wizard, warlock.
No, trained means is you have it as one of your
Yes.
marked. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Iberkeet, no, but Cryer, yes. Cryer, you see her make a small motion with her left hand and hear the sound of an ink pen writing. It's very faint and subtle. But that motion and that sound happened immediately after Risha mentioned that Liorandal was going to be gone. Sorry.
Keeping track of things. I like it.
Sorry, I missed. Now that is out of my brain. What was the? Oh, right. She bows at a lot of you and says, "It's good to meet you finally." Risha used to introduce me to all her friends, but maybe she didn't introduce me to her actual friends.
I've never had friends. I've introduced you to those that were opportunities. These are family.
I think I understand the distinction. So, you want to mess with Vex again, is what I'm getting from this conversation.
Not necessarily him directly.
Okay.
He has some possessions that we need to
Zari
acquire.
steps forward. Ma'am, we have come across information that that Vex may be compromising your other business ventures.
That's unfortunate. How?
You are familiar with the cult that is causing problems in the area recently. The Righteous Ascendant.
Her face sours notably, and she nods slightly.
He has apparently been selling items called dragon shards to the cult, which they have been using to summon and capture demons and release them in the city. You may recall the attack by the demons in the market and the Grand Taberna several weeks ago.
What are those little chaos agents up to? Yes, that is ungood, I will admit. City runs better without that sort of thing going on.
Yes, and Vex has been selling these items that they are using to commit these atrocities to them.
I mean, he is a fence, so I will have to have words with him about choosing his clientele more carefully.
There is also another problem. These our divination wizard friend here, a pupil of Iberkeet. What's your teacher's name?
Entreta.
Entreta. Has received portentous visions of a coming event involving a brass dragon attacking the city. And apparently in this dream, Iberkeet has divined that in order to stop this event from occurring, we need to give this brass dragon the dragon shards.
She kind of looks at you and then holds out her left hand. And those of you with the spell or familiar with it, she casts Mage Hand. And from one of the rings on her hand, she casts Mage Hand. And then a book pulls itself from one of the bookshelves and flies over to her, and she takes it up, flips through it a little bit. A brass dragon, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
A brass dragon. She flips, flip, 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 flip. That is peculiar. And she opens up, and in the most, like, this book is obviously both handwritten, and whoever wrote it was a artist. And there is a painting in watercolors of a brass dragon at the header of a page, and below it is a description of brass dragons as are known. And it spends a lot of time, like, if you guys takes a little bit of time to like read it, which she allows you to do, she goes, brass dragons are not unheard of outside of the southern continent, but it would be odd to have one in this area.
Indeed.
Was one ever killed here?
A brass dragon? Not to my knowledge.
Has there ever been a dragon killed here?
Dragons in general.
She goes, well, okay. She again holds out a hand, and another book comes out. And you said dragon shards, right?
Yes.
The book comes to her, and she flips through it a little bit, and she opens it up to a page and sets it on the desk next to the first book. And it is it says Dragon Shard, apocryphal, and talking about how a dragon of sufficient power that is killed traumatically may leave remnants of itself in magical form scattered around the area. She kind of does a blah blah blah, dragon shards, blah blah blah, not common, like not heard of. Several things we might consider them dragon shards, but they are in fact actually the gemstones that have embedded themselves in gold dragons. You know, kind of go on and on about that. She's like, dragon shards are supposed to be legends.
I mean,
Legends,
I still have.
though,
Go ahead, Suda.
legends though they may be, Vex is in possession of several of them.
How do
And
you
that
know
is
this?
actually. I was there this morning.
He showed us.
You sold him some, is what you're saying.
And he also had some others on him as well. One large one he called an Eberron shard that was about the size of a small dog.
I don't think that was the Eberron. Game tools.
He said it was Eberron.
Sybaris. The large one was a Sybaris. I'm
Oh, okay.
almost
Okay.
certain.
Yeah, it was a Sybaris.
So to answer your question, maybe a dragon was killed here. If this is true, of course, if this is true and you had possessions of pieces of this dragon, their value is, I don't think I could put a value on them. pieces of a dragon, not the eyes or guts or skin, but actual pieces of its soul. Dragon skin, I could find you. Dragon eyes, dragon teeth. Heck, with Magda preening herself in Kirsch, we could probably get you a gold dragon's tooth within a week. But dragon shards? There's a reason why it's listed as apocryphal.
I think maybe I can put a price on dragon shards, at least for the time being. A town not burned asunder.
I don't like the thought of a brass dragon burning the town down. So you have
Be
my
very
interest
bad for
at least.
business.
Yeah, it would be bad for business, right?
Yes, it would. She sighs heavily. So I suppose what you're asking is to murder Vex and take all of his stuff?
No.
Oh, well.
As much as I would love to.
We just
There's
need the
something
dragon
wrong
shards.
with that, man.
Risha, we talked about this. We're not gonna murder him. At least.
I know.
Unless he's uncooperative, of course.
We want to take some of his stuff, and maybe he dies in the process.
She laughs.
And the rest of the stuff is yours, of course.
I mean, the rest of the stuff is already mine, in a sense. Do you?
We just need the
You
we
just
just need the dragon shards in his possession
Mm-hmm.
because we are going to find this brass dragon who is threatening to turn the town into a pile of slag, and we are going to give them to this dragon in order to prevent that,
Well, it sounds
or at
like
least negotiate with it.
it sounds like you have a quest, which is fitting considering your line of work. And who am I to stand in the way of somebody with a quest, unless there's profit to be made? And honestly, there's not profit to be made from burning the town down.
Mhm.
So,
But there might be profit from getting in the good graces of a brass dragon.
fair enough. So I tell you what, I'll give you 2 days. If you can get your shards back in 2 days, more power to you. If not, well, you may have to buy them from me, because Vex is a fence, and he can be he is plied with brass pieces normally. But I don't think you guys have the wealth for that. She moves the books back to her desk, and casually picks the dagger back up in her right hand, and then sits back and kicks her feet back up onto her desk.
That is much appreciated, Guildmaster. We shall be on our way then.
I have
Thank
one
you,
more...
ma'am.
Thank you. I have one more question, such as you contain vast knowledge.
I don't know if I contain vast knowledge, but what is your question?
Do you know of a location or whereabouts of an item that could give us true seeing?
She thinks,
I'm willing to pay for the information, of course.
give me, when your 2 days are up, I will have your answer.
Thank you very much. And a bow.
Well, it's time for my favorite activity. It's time to plan a heist.
As the last of you turn around to face away from her, the room abruptly changes as soon as you are out of eye contact, like you can no longer see her. And the room is completely bare. It's the same size as the room that you were just in was, but without furniture in it, it seems much larger. And there is a drip as a drop of water falls from the ceiling and collects in a small pool on the floor where the fireplace was.
Fancy.
Visha, you've experienced this before.
Yeah, she's got a
Suppose
nice office.
Suppose it's one way to be hard to reach.
And even harder to catch.
There are, of course, rumors in the guild about where the office actually is. Nobody has been able to find it.
It's on the moon.
There is no moon.
Yep, there's no moon.
It's on the moon. Ugh. I have no idea where it is. Let the guild speculate. She doesn't even keep her treasure in her office. Like, why care about where the office is if that's not where the treasure is?
Maybe the office is where the treasure is.
I'm not gonna. I want to make so many comments. Anyway,
Maybe the treasure is through the door where the office actually is, instead of the door we show up through.
Maybe the treasure was with us all along.
Ha 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 ha.
all right. You guys have 2 days, starting about 10 minutes ago.
It is time to plan a heist. Let's plan a heist.
Do we alert Amari to keep guards off our back?
I guess we also need to go figure out what they found out from the limes.
Oh, I don't want to tell Amari. No offense, sorry.
All
We
right.
could tell Amari, and then completely after that, instantly after that, do our heist. Like, not ask him a question, just give him a heads up.
But
So
if they raid and she doesn't get all the stuff out of the house,
That
I'm gonna be in trouble.
We're not going to ask them to raid. We're just going to tell them that, hey, there may be a little bit of noise around this area tonight. Please tell your men to ignore it.
or just have them stand outside so they can escort Vex out.
So
You still think we're gonna find him there?
Maybe.
I think he's gonna bolt as soon as we kick in the door.
So I am a firm believer in not spending a whole bunch of time actually planning the heist, but instead doing a more Blades in the Dark thing where we start in the middle of the heist when something goes either very wrong or very right, and then we can do flashbacks and similar to what actually led up to that point. So go ahead.
What time of the day is it at this moment?
At this moment, because it is like 10 p.m. So you guys left the office around 10 p.m.
10 in the evening.
Yes. So you have until, we'll say today is the 24th of Ruby. So you have until. So you have a day would be the 25th of Ruby, and then another day would be the 26th of Ruby. So you have until 10 p.m. on the 26th of Ruby, right? Did I math that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My suggestion is go as fast as possible, so we hit it tonight. So preparation can only be 4 hours, 5 hours.
Okay. So I
If
would
the team agrees, of course.
like we're gonna get in what would call an engagement roll. So we're going in. I need to actually look up. Hold on, I have blades here. It has a good set of rules for this sort of thing.
With it being a system designed exclusively around this kind of thing.
Yeah. So let me see the engagement roll. Hold on.
It is part of why I wanted to do a heist so bad.
Action roll. Action. Where is gathering information in the faction game? Hold on. How to play first to first gaming, triggering the action roll. Nope. Boy, I wish I could find the actual rules. Okay, so it runs along this. So it's a 2d6 system, but we can use a d20. So you guys are going in fast. So I'm gonna say that is a minus to your. You're not gonna take a whole bunch of time planning out how to do this. So that's a minus to your roll, right? Do you have anything special that will make this easier for you?
I'd like to argue that a 21 passive perception is probably gonna help.
Okay, I'm willing to give you that. Anything else?
The augury and clairvoyance spells.
That would also help.
My speed.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's see, what is that? Abilities for barbarian. Danger sense.
Okay, and I found the engagement roll. Haha.
Also, the familiar. We have.
Oh yeah, Jawbreaker.
Yeah, I have a familiar.
Good to
I
scout.
Okay.
think I can have 2, but then I can't do anything else with my wild shape charges.
All right. So okay, I remember how this works now. Engagement roll. You have 1d for sheer luck. So we're just gonna go right out of Blades in the Dark. So 1 dice for sheer luck, just because you guys are lucky bunches. So -1 dice because you because you're going
It's
in
a rush
fast.
job.
Yeah, it's a rush job. You guys listed 3 or 4 major advantages, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so let's say you have three major pluses. The Eberkeit's magic. What was the other? What was some of the other ones? Danger sense.
Lumi's perception.
Okay, so we'll go with augury and whatever, danger sense and perception. So that's 3 advantages. So that's 3. You guys are up to 3 dice currently. Do we have any major disadvantages?
It's likely that is counted as a lair for something.
So you're going to his house, so that is a minus there. You don't know what you're going up against, I think, is another major disadvantage. So so that leaves you currently at a single dice. Do you have anything that you think could give you, like, do you have anything else to argue for?
The connection with forgot his name. Amari.
Okay, so that gives you 2 dice. So, on a d so you're gonna roll. Somebody will roll me 2d6 and give me the highest one. And we will go from there. So, who would like to roll those two
I
dice?
propose Risha and Zari roll 1d6 each.
Okay. Risha with a 3.
Sam, roll for me,
Oh,
please.
yeah. So somebody other than Zari roll because Zari is yes.
I'll do.
Claire will.
Hey, a 6. So that is a good result. So the good result is you are in a controlled position when the action starts. Which means so you guys have worked your way across town, and with a little bit of talk from Cryor and cajoling, you have sent a message by Paige, basically, to Amari that you're going to be loud and at an address, and not to bother that for tonight, right? So
Yeah, and there might be somebody to arrest.
right.
I
So
seal it with a kiss.
So you guys approach the house and know that between the augury and everything else, you know that going in the front door is a really bad idea. So Risha, you crawl, you scale the front of the house up to the second floor, and you manage to unlock a window, and we will start in the control position of you guys are now inside of the house. You don't think you've tripped any alarms or any problems, and you are all in the room together inside of this house. This is a strangely empty room. And Risha, you've never been upstairs.
How are Zari and Risha's stomachs right now?
You're fine.
Okay.
There is no smell. This place smells normal. All right.
I am not taking that chance, and my face is covered nonetheless.
Fair enough. All right. What is your next course of action?
Let's get a little bit of recon before we get downstairs and see what we can find.
Yeah,
I'm trying to listen out for movement other than
Okay.
us.
Does it has a floor above us or not?
The exterior of the house puts this as a 2-floor house.
Okay.
Okay, so Risha's going to recon on ahead. Risha, I would like you to give me a investigate, please. With a 20, that is not a critical success, but that is a success. We're gonna borrow some forged rules for this. So you spot the magical tripwire that is across the door frame into this room, and are able to stop anybody from crossing it. You can bypass this with a dexterity saving throw, or a thieves tool check can disable this for everybody. So Your choice. Either try to disable it for everybody, or everybody can try to pass it with a dexterity saving throw.
Thieves tool. I want to disable it.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to do a tool check.
It's sleight of hand should be the same, I think.
Yeah, if you're trained in it.
Which Risha is.
Yeah, then
Very
it's the
much
same.
so.
Yeah, then it's the same.
14. I'm gonna say that's a mixed result. So you have managed to disable this slightly so that the first 3 people through do not need to make a save, but the last 2 people through this passageway will need to make a save.
I'll stay behind.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the others ahead of me as well.
Okay. So Iberkeet, Lumi, and Zara, you guys make it into the hallway. There are stairs to your left going up, and there are a series of rooms ahead of you with stairs on the other end of the hallway going down. Save from Cryor and Risha. Cryor with a good result. Doesn't have any problems. And Risha with a good result. You both make it through without triggering the trap.
Oh, if only the Vex will cry. I didn't get on Risha's bad side.
The stairs leading up, is that to another floor or is it a hatch?
They are. It is to another floor.
I think I missed which floor we entered the domicile in.
So
First or second?
The second.
So we're in the second floor of an apparently second floor manor with stairs going up.
Correct.
Yes.
To another floor.
Correct.
Oh boy.
Just get
This house was spooky.
Lumi
More.
will try to listen out for if anyone is out and about at this point in time.
Okay. That sounds like an investigation roll, please.
It's more trying to listen, trying to argue perception.
I'll give you perception. You guys are all doing very good. All right, so that's again negative. The house is quiet. You don't sense anything moving around or anything like that. Like you don't hear rats in the pantry, you don't hear somebody walking around. The house is still as a grave.
Place is eerily quiet.
I'm just pointing the stairways up.
I'll be there.
All right, where are you guys going?
Well,
We need to
Risha
find-
leads
we
the
need
way,
to
I
find the
guess.
stairs down.
Well, he usually keeps all of his stuff he wants to show off in plain sight. But I don't know where he keeps the stuff he doesn't want to show off.
It's
We
your
need to-
friend. I don't know.
We need to find the stairs down to the shop floor. Check there first.
Well, there's a set of stairs going down at the end of this other end of this hallway.
Okay. Let's go that way.
All right, I need to roll a d6.
Just for the information, how's the house itself looking? Is it well maintained or is it almost falling apart?
It seems well maintained.
Spooky.
Oh, okay. So you guys move forward down the stairs. Risha, you nimbly head down Lumi close thereafter. Oh, by the way, you guys can see in here just fine, even though there's no apparent source of light. Zari, as you're coming down the stairs, one of the steps you step on does a loud and everybody freezes. And there's silence. And there's more silence. And you take your foot up off of the step very carefully, and it goes back into place. And it's still quiet. You guys are downstairs successfully.
Sorry, you never cease to find a way to give me a daggone heart attack.
All right, so Risha, you recognize this stair as the far end of this stair is the front door, which doesn't make any like logical sense, but that's true. The far end of this stair is the front door. To your left is the room that he always shows you into to buy or sell something. And to your right is a closed door that you've never seen open, even though that's for certain where he's come from at some point in the past.
There's the shop, guys. Why do I feel like we've entered a labyrinth?
Iberkey, can you cast that spell that you used to locate the dragon shards in the market?
Yes. Yes, I can.
All right. Iberkey, please give me an Arcana roll, please. There's too many pleases in that sentence.
Arcana, okie dokie.
Mm-hmm. 22. Good result. So you have a ping. What kind of shard are you looking for?
I guess I'm trying to lock onto that big Eberron one, or Sybaris one that they talked about.
There is definitely a Sybaris shard inside of the room to your left, underneath a table.
I point to the left door.
So this room is so very full of stuff. Like, there is no place that you can be in this room where you don't risk bumping into something and moving it. And how are you looking for things? Are you just gonna toss the place, or are you going to try to find this shard that's in here without disturbing too much?
It was behind the desk when he showed it to us.
Correct.
Risha, go see if you can find it and make sure to check for traps.
But of course.
That sounds like an investigate roll to me.
Yep, let's just nimbly not touch a slimy thing in here.
16 is still in the good result range, so 15 plus is good result. 10 to when it should be, hold on, math. No, it would be an 18 plus would be a good result. 10 to 18 would be a middle result. I should figure these rules out. So that's a middle result. So you have an option. You can either you can either choose to move into risky and try again, or you can not succeed at what you were trying to succeed at, if that makes sense.
Oh, Miss any potential trap? Not in here. There's too much stuff to knock over. We gonna risk it
All right,
for the biscuit.
So okay, I should explain the three positions for those of you who haven't run into Blades in the Dark. So you guys started off in a controlled position, which basically means that you are in control of the situation. Nothing really bad can happen to you, and you have a lot of leeway for good stuff to happen. Moving into risky means that it's starting to get a little bit dangerous. Bad things might start happening to you. And then desperate is the lowest tier, and desperate is you are in a fight for your life or similar sort of thing. So moving into risky, you can re-roll your investigation check if you wish.
I do.
And it counts for the whole group or only for Risha?
Yep. So the whole I don't. In Blades in the Dark, the rules are each individual person is in their own position, but that's a lot of management.
Yeah, okay.
So Risha, as you try to get this, well, you can either move into desperate, or you can take the consequences of a middling action.
We're gonna have to take the middling because we ain't not putting the whole group into desperate.
Okay, so you guys see Risha investigate, curse to herself a little bit, investigate some more, and go aha, and reach into a box that's underneath the table here, and with a sound, she stands up and falls over and smokes gently. But she has in her left hand a very large Sybaris shard. Risha, take 5 damage, please. Lightning. That damage will carry over into your next downtime.
Smoking is bad for your health, kids.
You're the kid among us.
So you have found that Sybaris shard. You didn't spot anything else.
It's difficult terrain to move around the room, right?
Yeah, it's slow, but you can do it. You're dexterous.
Is everything covered, or is still stuff on display?
Oh, there is tchotchkes and everything. Like, you're not sure what's all magical or not, but this room is full of trinkets and tchotchkes, and it's like some demented grandma's house. But the demented grandma has a lot of money to buy stuff and a very eclectic taste.
A hoarder's room.
Right, but not like everything is in a place and there is a place for everything. It's not like just piles of stuff on the floor.
So, Risha, do you know where any of the other shards might be? Like behind the desk or counter? Does he have something like that?
Not sure. He put a couple on his person. Never see where he puts them after. I always leave too soon. Ow.
Since we are now in risky, everybody please make me a wisdom saving throw. Cryor, Lumi, Ibrahit, Risha. I'll roll for Zari. Wisdom.
Ooh.
That's not amazing. All right, so everybody got less than 15. So there is a pervasive smell of death that is just starting to impinge upon all of you as you're in this room.
Oh no, there it is again. Oh.
All right. Who's going to do what next? You have found a dragon shard here.
How many did you sold again?
4.
And he
Sorry,
already had
says-
this one.
I can magically locate another one, but I can't keep doing that forever.
I guess we try the other door. You said he came from that saw or something.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Reese is just twitching every once in a while.
Now, what's up with your hair? It's all pointing up.
When we get back into the hallway, Lumi
Mhm.
will grab his first aid kit and go over and see if he technically discharge Risha
Okay.
outside the range of the thing that charged her, but as well heal.
All right. Yeah. You can make your healing roll. You're back up at full health, Risha, and no longer twitching. All right. So who's doing what next to try to find another dragon shard?
I try if the door is locked.
Give me a insight check, please. Cryor. 5. Okay.
Fail.
So you may choose to either remain in risky and take a consequence, or move into desperate and try again.
Consequence, please.
All right. So Cryor, you attempt the door ahead of you. You grab a hold of it and open it up, and I would like you to take 5 psychic damage as you open the door, look beyond it, and close the door and turn around, and just, you don't know what you saw, but your brain hurts.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that room.
You seem frightened or disturbed.
Yeah, a little bit disturbing. I
You have-
guess. I don't know.
0 memory. It just hurts. Like you remember reaching down and grabbing hold of the door handle. Everybody else, you watched him turn the door handle, stick his head in, pull his head out, close the door, let go of the door handle. So you have memory of grabbing hold of the door handle and letting go of the door handle, and it just hurts in your brain.
I don't know what's in there, but it's not pleasant.
Are we gonna keep moving, or do we think there might be something in there?
I
Cre-
don't.
Cryer doesn't seem to remember what he saw when he poked his head in there. Which doesn't really bode well, but that might be some sort of magical defense.
Protection? Yeah, maybe.
I say we avoid that room until we have cleared out the rest of the place.
All right. Is
I
anybody...
don't like not remembering stuff.
You really don't remember anything, and it hurts to try to think about it.
I'll take another damage then, because I don't like not remembering it, so I try to remember it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's definitely an ow, 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 ow. Okay, I can't do that. All right. Who's doing what to further investigations?
Are we going back up the stairs and looking upstairs for more?
I guess we have to.
Are there any more rooms on the ground floor we could
There
check?
are 3 doors here. The front door, the open door into the shop area, and the door that Cryer just said was ouch.
Okay, so it looks like we're going upstairs and trying a door or two up there.
Upstairs it is.
All right. So you guys find yourselves back in the hallway. There's a series of rooms left and right, and then a stair going up ahead of you.
Let's check the doors this time instead of just opening them.
Who was the first one to head it up the stairs?
Probably Lumi.
Okay, Lumi, I would like from you a reflex saving throw.
Dex.
Yes. Dexterity save. Well, that is a failure. So you can either move to desperate and redo the save, or you can take a consequence.
I'm not putting us into desperate.
Okay, so consequence. So as you guys head up, Lumi, something you guys have managed to avoid on the way down, but did not avoid on the way back up. You step onto a tile, and the most intense memory of loss that you have floods into your brain, and I would like you to take 5 psychic damage, please. Technically, Cryer should have been two negatives, but well. And now you're up in the hallway.
Yeah, something's not right, because my mind just showed me the night all those years ago in Miva, the day when the temple went boom. Lumi just goes kind of the zone out, just unfocused, looking down the hallway.
Okay. You guys are on the second floor. Who's going to use what skill to try to find another dragon shard?
I guess I don't know. Sorry's not good at this kind of stuff, and I have to be able to see it to divine sense anything.
Well, let's try and avoid any more traps. Clearly laden. This place is clearly laden with them. Anybody got a way to check everything? See if there's any traps laying around?
Yeah, if you only had somebody who's good at that.
I clearly am okay.
Well, lead the way. I think you know the place the best.
I've never been downstairs.
All right. Who's gonna do a thing to try to find a shard?
Given a couple more seconds, Lumi will probably just blink back to right, shards, and start just going. Using investigate to start looking.
Okay. Give
a shard.
Give me an investigation roll, please. 10.
Oh.
Is again mixed result. So you're still not finding a shard, and you're taking a consequence again. Or moving to desperate. So consequences. You guys spend some time. Lumi, you poke yourself on some sharp object as you're reaching into a box. And you pull your hand back out, and you are now suffering from the poisoned condition, as whatever it was that you scraped yourself against is poisoned. All right, Eberkeet. What we're gonna start going through everybody. I guess it's up to you guys. Who wants to roll? So I don't. It can be anybody. Never mind. I won't be picky. Risha, hey, with a 20 investigation. So you guys on the second floor, you go through. Risha, you and everybody else go through 3 of the rooms, and you manage to find two game tools. Haha. Kyber dragon shards that you gave to not Rowan, Vex. So and a pretty thorough search of this floor, you guys come away with 2 Kyber shards.
Zari is standing at the bottom of the stairs going up, just looking queasy. Well, I guess that's the only place left.
I'm not happy about it either, Zari.
Zari, as you head up the stairs, I'm going to roll for you.
If it's a dex check, I have advantage.
If it's a dex check, you have advantage.
Danger sense.
Yes, we will give you advantage for danger sense with a 19. So you head up, and the crossbow that is loaded, you, like, as the bolt comes at you, you bat it away in a very Cryors type move. You basically get lucky and bat the bolt away from you, and it thunks into the wall beside you, just having missed you. And the thing, like, slowly, you see it slowly turn into smoke, and then start reforming back in, like, the smoke, like, flows toward the hole that this thing came out of.
I hate this place. Okay. Guys, watch this here. I think it reloads.
So everybody will need to make a dexterity save as they go past it, unless somebody wants to do something to try to disable it.
I will try and disable it.
All right.
I do not like reloading crossbows.
Give me a sleight of hand for your thieves' tools. Hey, you do a little fiddling, and shove something in the hole. And you hear as you move past the hole, you hear a thunk. And somebody else moves past it, and you hear a thunk.
That would be an awesome weapon to have.
A self-reloading crossbow?
Yeah, and you don't have to seek your arrows.
Please don't take anything from this place.
You guys find yourself up on the 3rd floor. At the far
That should not exist.
At the far end of the hallway is a stairway going up, and there is this floor itself is a large open space that, like, there's dense fog at just beyond arm length past you. You can just barely see through it. Well, you don't know about the stairway on the other end of the hallway yet, but there is one.
I hate this place. Sorry,
Fifth floor. Hmm.
you think Amari would let us burn this place to the ground when we're done here?
Can't do that. The house is adjacent to it.
Whose house is adjacent to it?
We can just tell them there's a fire. They'll get out. Possessions are replaceable.
Not all are replaceable.
All right. Who's
This
doing
place sure isn't.
Who's doing what to try to find something on this floor?
It's just a hallway, or are they doors?
Well, you can only see about 5 feet in front of you, like arm length. So, there is a floor, but other than that, you don't know what's here.
Because it's dark and I don't have night vision, or everybody?
Dense fog. Everybody.
Oh, dense fog. Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's not like moist fog. It's just impossible to see through. But everywhere in this house so far has been strangely lit to be like no source of light, but everything has been visible.
Oh. What do you... I mean, do we really need the last two? I've got a flask of alchemist fire.
We need to find as many as we can.
We did.
I'm pretty sure the dragon wants all of them.
I get that. I do. But you know Vex about as well as anybody.
Green in the face, Lumi will just nudge his way past. If no one else wants, Herc, I'll do it.
The smell is getting, yes, worse as you go up. Lumi, could I have a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh no.
All right. So as Lumi heads into this place, the fog clears out, and this is now just a open floor. It's about the right width for the building. There is a stairway at the far end of this hallway, both going up and down somehow. And this room is like there's a bunch of like training like arrow targets and training dummies, and the floor outside of this hallway in the middle is some sort of like softer than a normal floor material.
A training room.
Yes.
So, not likely to be hiding anything here. Just keep on moving. I'll start moving up, looking for traps as I go.
Okay. As Lumi starts to leave this floor, the fog starts rolling in behind him. Does everybody try to keep up, or does...
I'll keep up.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the rest does, but...
Yeah, I'll try to keep up.
Yes.
All right. So you're going up?
Together.
Yeah, Lumi is heading up the stairs.
All right. As you head up the stairs,
And I did state I was looking for traps.
Yep, you are looking for traps. Who was number 2 in line?
I guess me.
Okay. Cryor, could I have a dexterity saving throw from you, please? With an 18, you manage to avoid stepping on the pressure plate. Like, you put your foot down, you feel it move, and before it can fully trigger, you step off of it and you let everybody know where it is.
Yep.
Arriving at the fourth floor, this is another hallway full of doors, much like the second floor.
Yay.
I'm gonna take 6 seconds to stop and listen to see if I can hear anyone following us or coming down from anywhere above.
Give me your perception.
Yeah. At disadvantage because poisoned, but plus 11, so maybe yay.
A 12.
Nope. A 12. Rolling a 1.
Oh, that's bad. So that's a full-on failure. So you can either roll it again, or you can move it in desperate.
I can either go into desperate to roll it again, or go into desperate.
One of the consequences for a full-on critical failure is moving you into desperate. Yes, that can be a consequence.
Zari's kind of getting desperate now.
What do you?
I don't know if the others.
What do you think, Zerder?
I'll give it another go, but it's disadvantage anyway.
Yep. Hey, you can't roll a 1 again, can you?
I probably can now that the
Double 1.
Deem is gone.
Yeah, you're not taking all of a. Oh, hey, that's really good. So
so I rolled a 20 and an 18 on that one.
So as you guys arrive on the I think it's fourth floor.
Yep.
The feel of this place has become oppressive. The smell is of you're inches away from a fully rotted body, covered in intestinal fluids, and there is an intense feeling of wrongness about this place. And Lumi, you are certain that somebody is following you from the ground. You can hear somebody probably a couple floors below you at this point, but moving around. And you think you heard the sound of a table being flipped over, and then the of somebody stepping on a loose step.
Yeah, someone's coming up. I heard the squeaky step in the stair in between first and second floor. Also, I heard a table flip. So
It's
let's
probably
get to it.
him. So, what does this floor look like?
It is a hallway with doors on either side and a stairway at the far side going up.
Okay. Zari would like to investigate the first door to check for traps.
All right, give me your investigation roll. You guys are in desperate now. Oh, right. I need to roll for you, don't I?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. A natural 20. Okay, so that's a critical. Which means that you can move it down to risky again. And also you succeed. So, unless you want to succeed twice, you can also do that. So your choice. Either succeed once and move it down to risky, or succeed twice and leave it in desperate.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
And yes, this can be a player conversation. Doesn't have to be.
I've never played Blades in the Dark, so I don't know what causes what.
I
Succeed.
personally would recommend putting it up to risky because
Desperate means he's on his way. Going back to risky might be he finds some critter or something that he assumes made all the noises. Maybe.
So desperate for from game terms. Desperate means that you are in a lethally dangerous situation. But with 2 successes, you can be in a lethally dangerous situation and have found both shards. So that's the choice I'm giving you. Either you find a shard, but the situation is no longer lethally dangerous, just dangerous. Or you can find both shards and the situation is lethally dangerous.
I don't like the lethal part.
I like the 2 shards part.
Yeah, that's true.
At this point, Zari thinks we're about ready to get into a fight, so we're going to go with the double success.
All right. So, Zari, you put your hand on the first door, and then something tells you and you go down to the last door in this hallway and open it up and reach inside, and you pull out both of the Eberron dragon shards. And you're like, guys, I got him. Meanwhile, everybody else, while trying to hold your stomach from vomiting, turns around and notices that there is a darkness approaching up the stairs behind you. And Risha, it is, you can't see through this darkness.
oh, something is very
coming.
wrong.
Are there windows?
Not in the room that Zari has opened. The rest of the room's doors are still closed. There's a stairway ahead of you, and rooms off to either side, and a approaching darkness from behind.
All right. Do you guys want me to use magic to find more shards or to keep tabs on the thing following us?
I want you to use magic to find an exit.
I don't think that counts
that's
as an
possible.
object.
That's what Zari says. I don't know what you want to do with that.
Yeah.
So I need a decision soon, otherwise bad things will happen no matter what.
I will scoot forwards, looking for traps and using my acrobatics to jump over or wall ride or whatever to avoid stuff.
Okay. So what are you looking for, or are you just moving forward at speed?
Let's say half speed.
Okay.
Be careful, and I guess we're going up, away from danger.
All right. So yeah, I'll let you get an acrobatics roll to get everybody up to the next floor. 27. Hey, that's not a critical hit because
Nope.
That's the +4. But it's still really good. So without issue, Cryor manages to tumble you all up to another floor. Don't ask me how that works, just it does. And you guys are on another floor. This floor is it's like the smell is all pervasive. And this is the place it's coming from, but it's not, as you are standing in a open graveyard, surrounded by, there are graves spread all around you. And I would like everybody to make a intelligence check, please. Not a saving throw, but a check.
This doesn't look good.
All right. So,
Very smart.
Eberkeet, this is it's not exactly an illusion, but it sort of is. Zari, you see a stone that looks familiar, and you leave the hall path and walk over to it, and you find yourself waist deep in an open grave with your name embossed on the stone.
Can I get him out of that trance or grave?
Well, that's somebody's gonna have to do an action because Lumi is off on the other side, having done the same thing. So Lumi's on one side, Zari's on the other side. Both of them are standing in their own open grave, or at least what they perceive as that.
We got the spell magic.
I
Just
do,
come over and
but
shake
does
us.
No,
really loud noise work?
Would a really loud noise work? Well, you won't know until you try.
Yeah. That'll definitely alert bad things.
Mm-hmm. So, give me an Arcana roll, please.
who?
That would be
Oh,
Eberkeet. You are already in desperate. You have just rolled a critical failure.
I did.
So, I'm going to take a lot of narrative control right now.
Could make that not a critical failure, but it would still probably be a failure.
Let's I'm just take some narrative control right now. So, you all are standing in a graveyard. Zari and Lumi are standing in their own open grave. And Eberkeet, I'm assuming we're casting the
Thunderwave.
oh, Thunderwave? Ah. Eberkeet casts Thunderwave. And with the loud crash of this sound, Lumi, Cryor, Risha, and Zari, you find yourself, with the shards that you collected, standing and staring at the front door of Vex's house. And you don't know how you got there, but you know it was magic that got you there. And just kind of in that shock of what was that, you see Eberkeet stepping out of the front door, muttering to herself, "Never again, never again, never again." And Eberkeet, your mask splits in half and falls to the ground, and then you collapse passed out. And I think that is where we will end the session for today. So thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. I hope to see you again next time. Thanks for everybody for watching. Bye.